Good morning, everyone. It's Yasmin from our micro homestead. We're currently on a mini break with all of our home ed friends, and we're having a lovely time. It's probably the last time I'm going to be able to do this in a very long time. But the children have run around, and we've done all of the free activities that we can. We're only about 40 minutes from home because of we don't really need to go far. Children don't understand. I managed to get 4 nights for, I think it was £130, and we paid that off slowly. So if you do want a little break and you are able to, get it out of peak times and pay it off slowly, and look out for those breaks. Vodafone tend to do offers as well and discounts. Sorry, that is a tractor outside. They've got tractors doing the lawns and clearing at the moment. We're at Riviera Sands. It is a lovely little park down in Hale, and the swimming pool is great. It comes no higher than just under the bust, I think, and they have a very small little heated one as well, which is lovely. Anyway, right, so on the way home tomorrow, I'll be stopping in Asda and grabbing a few bits from there to put into my prepping pantry, and the new freezer's in now. It got put in whilst I was away, so that's great. It's a nice big chest freezer to replace my failing one. So a few people commented on the fact that my freezer was really frosted, and the reason for that is my oldest son has a habit of not closing them. He just, you know, like a typical kid thing, he just walks away and does that and doesn't do. So he's buggered up the motor on it. So we've been biding our time on that one, and thankfully the landlord of my sister closed up shop, so he had a couple of large freezers and he sold it to us for a bargain price of £20, so that's fab. Anyway, right, so what I'll do is throughout this week I'll do a little thing. I'll show you what I get in Asda, and I'll show you our freezer and all of that stuff. Really sorry for the awful uploads. It's a busy time of year. Okay, all right, thank you. Catch you later. Time to make our mince pie filling. This is an almond, amaretto, apple, raisin, cranberry one, and it is delicious. Thought whilst I was there and whilst I had some time, I might as well get it done, and it turned out great. After getting back from our breakaway, we decided that we'd get rid of the old freezer, so we took all the seats down in the car, and after that we went and did a very large food shop. The price of bread, flour and noodles is still reasonable. In Tesco's it is £1.30 though, so if you can, I would suggest you go to Lidl's for that. But strangely enough, Tesco's is actually cheaper on a lot of items compared to Lidl's now, which is quite sad. But yeah, we just done a very large food shop to get that out of the way. Good morning. So we're back home. Sorry for this. We are all somewhat ill. Got the new freezer in. I'll spin you around and show you what's going on with that. Thank you. So we have now got a somewhat large chest freezer, as well as a large standing one. We are starting to fill this up. There is no organisation to it yet. There's vegetables and probably a fair amount of junk food because I don't normally stock it. But I'm going to say better luck because I'm feeling a bit disorganised and confused. It is what it is at the moment, and some days I don't want to cook, and some days my kid's dad doesn't want to, so there's going to be some junk food, and we all need a little bit of junk food occasionally, and I have no idea what's in here, so I'm going to open it up and find out. This will unfreeze a bit. So this is the start. We've got some cheap fruit, pizzas, lollies, there's vegetables, chicken, meat. This will be organised. There will be baskets, and I'm trying to figure out what other storage I can use for in here. So any advice? I've never had a chest freezer before. So yeah, once it's all organised later on, I'm hoping to be able to put some soups in here that I've put into Ziploc bags. And yeah, so that's one of the freezers. Obviously, you know what's inside this one. This one's just full of meat. So yeah, I'm happy to have a new freezer for £20. Obviously, it's not new. She's a bit battered, but she's working well, and that's what matters at the moment. Now, they are warning of blackouts. I'm sure everyone knows. We are currently on the hunt for some free king-size duvets. Obviously, ones that would normally use for in charity shops and just on thrift groups to chuck over these in the case of blackouts. There is very poor lighting in my garage, so excuse me. There's also a big storage box on the floor and lots of other crap because we've been moving around the garage. So excuse that, that will be done soon. On the top shelf we have vegetable oils, random spares, the cereal at the back that will be put into plastic boxes soon, and lots of juice. These buckets here, the blue buckets, as you should already know if you've watched any of my other videos, have things like beans, flour, sugar and rice in them. I have more inside, and a good selection of our UHT milk. Here we just have some pasta sauces, homemade pasta sauces in jars, and there's chilli as well. Further down there's potatoes and different types of beans and some fruit. On the bottom shelf, which I can't access because of things been put there, are soups, home canned soups, and I think baked beans and what else would be down there? I think there's canned vegetables down there as well. So this is what's going on. Outside, obviously, I don't have my pastas, any of my canned and tinned meat out here. I don't have my baking ingredients out here or anything like that, but this is the start of our storage in the garage. If anyone is curious about our laundry situation with 7 people, currently 8 as my sister's now living with us. So we have a lean-to on the side of our house with a washing line up inside, and we hang stuff everywhere. We've got sock ones. We also have 2, let me get through, it's a bit tight squeeze, 2 clothes horses in here as well. There's some chopped up wood and rugs down there at the moment that need moving. This is how we clean our clothes dry our clothes in winter. It takes a while, but like most people, we cannot afford to run a tumble dryer. So this is what we do. This area, it doesn't matter if it gets damp. It's fairly breathable. There is a gap along where the corrugated plastic joins, and there's a lot of airflow, which helps. So if you're lucky enough to have a space like this, utilise it for drying your clothes. In summer, we use it as a greenhouse. Keys are playing. This week we have started on having to replace our floorboards. It's a bit sad to me, really. Yes, they're not perfect by any means. They are cheap boards. And are they done in the best way? Nope. Is it going to look like a professional job? Nope. But we have a woodworm problem. This is an old house. Yeah, she's an old girl. So it needs doing. And we treated her and it just didn't improve that much. The floors kept on just falling apart. So, yeah. This is just a board to cover up a gap at the moment. So it's sad to me. I don't like change. The kittens are playing under there. There's a dog over there. But if I wait until next year, will I be able to afford to replace them? Probably not. That little gap there will get filled in. So it's going to be a stage at a time. Can't afford all the boards because wood's just too expensive now. But yeah. Just get the jobs done that you can afford to do still now. Important things. Make sure you have floors because of they start falling apart. That's it for this video, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, we're getting very ill in this household, and one of my sons has spent the night projectile vomiting, so I think we'll have a few days off. Anyway, everyone have a fantastic week and wrap up warm. Bye.